Hey you guys, it's Zenith Darksky here with another reaction video, and this time we've kind of sped up the SB19 story episode reactions here, and we're going to go ahead and watch episode 4 as well. I'm recording a bunch of videos tonight, so this is actually 2 that I'm watching in one night here. This is SB19 story episode 4, Monsters, in parentheses, haters will enjoy. Casual Chuck. I love that he's always got those extra little messages for us. First of all, let me shout out Casual Chuck. It's great to see him doing so well over on his channel, and I wish you guys would go over there and help him out and watch his stuff. If you haven't already, he's a really great content creator, and one of the primary influences in a lot of my reaction content toward Filipino music and a lot of my information sources as well. For Filipino music, SB19 mainly, but also Filipino pop culture and music as well. Music and pop culture, I guess I should say it that way. So shout out to Casual Chuck. He's great, awesome content creator, and thank you, Casual Chuck, for letting us. Either way, let's get into this episode.
Previously on SB19 story.
SB19 are gonna be big stars. They have it. They're charismatic, they're hardworking.
So my prediction is they're going to break out in a huge way this year. So take that for what it's worth, 18.
The guy who predicted their success was the same guy who indirectly called them cheaters. This tweet didn't drop any names, but this was posted around the time when SB19 got the #1 spot on MTV's Most Requested Artists for 21 weeks in a row, and this was against much bigger artists. So it was clear which fandom he was talking about. This was only one of the many obstacles they had to overcome, because after all these years, they turned out to be monsters.
Okay, so he's saying it in like a good way. Okay, so real quick about the intro there. Really cool intro, Casual Chuck. Something I do want to say, though, is, and I'm not defending him for accusing them of using bots or anything, and I don't know the whole story yet, obviously, because we haven't watched the whole video or anything. If he's going to talk more about that here, I don't know anything about that whole story preemptively, but I will say, as someone who deals with potential bots a lot on different things different types of content creation, because I do listen, or I do podcasts, and I do this, and I do Twitch streaming, and I do several things now at this point in the content creation world. And this, I would say, is one of my 2 biggest projects is my YouTube, doing reaction content on my YouTube specifically. But I will say I do want to say that a lot of times with things like that, in terms of Billboard charts and different things like that, he may not have been just saying that, he may not have been saying, hey, if you're using bots, or if you're cheating, you're going to be disqualified because their music was up there for that long. There's a good chance that he may have said that for a reason. He may have been seeing some analytics that you guys can't see, right? I've seen analytics on my stuff before. I have been follow botted or view botted on Twitch before by whoever out there wanted to do that. Not me, because those things don't help me. The botting and stuff doesn't help you as a creator on YouTube or Twitch, because you don't actually get the revenue and a bunch of stuff from that, and the growth isn't organic, and there's just a whole bunch of reasons why botting is very bad. And botting votes and stuff is also very bad, because you can usually tell, because there's just a huge jump, and it's not just like a gradual rise or anything, or like a jump for like one night, but like if there's just big chunks at like any given time, just like every Tuesday or every 2 days, for some reason there's a pattern to it or something. That's what I'm saying. You don't know necessarily what the analytics of the votes were. You might, and obviously we haven't got into it yet, but I do want to say that, don't obviously this is way earlier, so I'm not going to save him at all now at this point, but for future reference, if someone ever says that about somebody that you like, don't just jump to conclusions, because also SB19 might not have been botting or anything, but a listener or a fan could have spent a lot of money and found a way to bot it themselves or cheat themselves for the group, you know, like trying to help them out. But those things can hurt the reputation of groups sometimes. So I'm more trying to say, you know, let's just don't jump to conclusions on any side. Don't jump to conclusions that someone's cheating, but also don't jump to conclusions that somebody is just lying or being a dick for no reason. You know, there might be a bigger reason there, and maybe they're trying to help. Either way, let's get back into it and actually see what we have in store for this.
It might not look like it, but SB19 are people too. They have social media and they see everything.
Right.
So it only makes sense that some of these hate has gotten into them.
Feel like I'm never enough. Baga, parang feeling ko I'm fake.
Dumating na ako doon kasi minsan hindi lang naman yung mga tao sa paligid ko yung kalaban ko. Sarili ko pa din. Siguro masabi ko hanggang ngayon, nandun pa din siya. Tapos hindi ko pa rin siya natatalo.
Ano, I wasn't good enough. Parang sinasabi lagi na, hindi ka pa enough. Hindi mo pa kaya. Ibigay ko na lang sa'yo. The best nangyari sa akin. Parang, bakit sila kaya din dapat ako hindi ko kaya?
I mean, why can't people just embody this mantra?
If you have the chance to be kind, always choose to be kind for everyone.
And that brings us back to this moment.
From the other episode.
Yeah, that's Pablo. If you're new here, you're probably wondering how he ended up there.
When you're spending every day on your own, and here it goes.
I'm just
Just kidding. I will tell the next chapter this time, okay? This was the time when Pablo decided not to be silent anymore. SB19 dropped the Pagsibol EP, and one of the songs takes a shot against those haters. The lyric video itself screams a lot of shutting them down. The conceptualization is on a different level. Just take a look at this guy. This character.
I do want to say, just really quick to the haters of anything, of Casual Chuck, of me, of SB19 or anything, just chill out, man. Just chill out. And you guys would be, those of you that aren't haters, will be very surprised to know. Go through a lot of your favorite YouTubers' videos and just go to the comments and go toward the bottom of the comments. That's where it'll get really nasty sometimes. But go toward the bottom of the comments. And a lot of the times, those bottom comments, it either goes one way or the other. In my experience, it's either really good or really bad. If it's rated by likes and stuff like that down there, if it's just like most common or most recent first, then maybe not. But there's a lot of people get a lot of hate, man, and it sucks, dude. It does get to you, man. I've had people in the comments, and I've had to delete the comments or whatever, and people be like, "Oh, you're the worst reactor on YouTube," you know, and stuff like that. And it's like, there's, even from a quality standpoint, you know, there's people worse for sure. Like, I'm not calling names out, and you know, we're all in the same grind. But like, I'm sitting there like, come on, dude. Like, I know I know it's not true, but I still feel bad about it, you know, sometimes. Like, but then I always have to like sit there and go, well, why don't you just listen to somebody else or watch somebody else? And that's my big thing, is like, why do people choose to like hate on these guys or hate on YouTubers or anything? Is like, well, you could just watch or listen to something else. You don't have to endure this. But either way, let's keep going. Just be nice is what I'm saying.
Character literally resembled all 5 members, and the person behind it and all other mind-blowing concepts is Justin. He didn't just come up with these creative concepts, he built them from scratch and oftentimes even used frame-by-frame animation. He's a guy who knew what he wants, like a monster hiding behind a beautiful face. And we all knew about the song that produced the most iconic rap line in P-pop. Josh gave it so much justice that it made us forget about his other talents in handling interviews.
So what do you think is the difference between Filipino boy groups and you guys?
But we couldn't say that we are really better than them because we respect them.
Finance, music, gaming, and the world of dance. The dude is a legend in the K-pop dance cover industry along with Stel in Saigon.
Right.
Even before SB19, Josh was already a monster. This brings us to another
He's one
song
of my
from
favorites
the EP.
for sure. Him and Ken.
My favorite part was the imitation of the monster's laugh. This was done by none other than a monster vocalist himself, Stel. He's just one of the best singers I've ever heard in my life because
He
of his
is
versatility.
really good. He's really good.
I mean, only a monster gets called up by a friend to do a freestyle vocal run and ends up making an epic song intro.
You won't believe it.
Yeah, I remember comments on my reaction to that
People
song
also tend to
telling
forget
me
his
that.
ability to sing in lower notes.
Oh.
And speaking of forgotten
I don't think
talents,
I knew
who
that.
would dare forget his ability to dance and teach it at the same
Got a
time?
range.
The man single-handedly choreographed almost all of SB19's amazing dance routines.
Right.
If that isn't a monster to you, then I don't know what is.
I mean, that's a monster. That sounds
Enter
like a monster
the
to
oldest
me.
song on the list. This is the song that saved us from virtually everything in the midst of the pandemic. It saved us from boredom, sorrow, anxiety, burnout, homesickness, depression, you name it. My favorite part of the song is the first verse done by Ken.
Pagising sa umaga'y tinig mo ang paboritong inig.
It makes you feel like you want to cry, but you're happy. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's
I can
just
see that.
effortless in setting up the mood. But when it comes to his talents, he's in no mood to be joking. This guy has a voice that sounds like he came straight from the underworld. The dude can literally do everything from singing, rapping, dancing, writing, producing, entrepreneurship, drawing, shooting balls, playing, to flying. Sheesh, that's a
Sheesh.
monster right there. Now let's move on to the song that was written out of a laundry routine.
Remember yung time na when we are doing our laundry? Nagluluto tayo, tas sabi ni Pablo, anong gusto niya sabihin sa parents niyo? Tas ayun, doon nagsimula ata yun.
You heard it right, it's Mapa.
Very cool to know where that song comes from.
This song broke the hearts of many people all over the world, including mine. This easily became their best
Right.
song ever because it's very relatable. It pays tribute to our loving parents and gives thanks to them for all the sacrifices they've made for us. The impact was so immense that it was sung in many different languages.
Mama, it's been a while, I miss you. What you've been doing, can I call you? I hope you miss me too.
हमेशा हमें ही आगे लगाते हैं इस बार पहले जा सकते हैं ना因为你是我的眼睛每次世界都在变化无呼吸的奄奄
That's good stuff, dude. It is a beautiful song.
The melody
Man,
takes me back
that is
to
a
this
really
unforgettable
beautiful song
moment.
in any language, apparently.
Everyone's family showed up except for Can. Then this happened.
Oh no, man. That's good
This
stuff.
moment was so precious because Ken never expected his family to show up. This made Mappa even more special because it was performed by SB19 together with their families.
Huwag mag-alala, pikit ka ng natatana. Pahinga muna, ako na. Huwag mag-alala, ipikit ang iyong natatana. Pahinga muna, ako na.
Man.
And behind this universal anthem is
what a
the
moment.
mind of a genius himself.
What a moment, dude.
The monster in the center of it all, Pablo. If you have noticed, his name is all over every SB19
Right.
song we know. Some people say he's got the Midas touch because every song he made was an instant hit. I mean, just listen to how clever the lyrics are in SLMT.
What a moment, dude.
SLMT nakuha mo ba ikaw yung ka?
He managed to thank us by using our fandom's language without making it sound cringe. And he's not even done. He has so many unreleased bangers that are just waiting to be unleashed. As a group, SB19 earned the infamous nickname Live Monsters. It's because they move and sound even better when live.
Beautiful.
This is one of the main reasons why they have a fast-growing and dedicated fan base. They garnered a lot of support that they managed to reach the global music scene.
This category is fan voted because music is all about the fans. Now let's get into it. This year's 2021 finalists are the girls from Blackpink, the boys from BTS,
BTS, Blackpink, of course.
We have Queen Ariana Grande, yes. We have the Filipino boys, just like me, representing SB19. Let's do this. And the ever so incomparable 17. Congrats to all of the amazing finalists. You can vote for your favorite beginning May 10th. Now, let's go back to the studio.
Josh couldn't believe it. He couldn't hold his tears because finally, he took a step on their quest for world domination.
I want to dedicate this stream to our friends SB19. So again, congratulations to them for being a finalist in the Billboard Music Awards Top Social Artist. Sobrang nakaka-proud.
Who is that?
But despite all the accolades, we can't deny that some people, even P-pop fans, still doubt
She had a sick-ass gun or
So
something.
let me show
behind
you
her.
something to shut
From
them up.
Halo or something?
This is
Destiny?
the chart of the most viewed P-pop boy group MVs in the first 24 hours. I intentionally didn't put SB19 there because if I did, this happens. Their songs easily occupy the upper half percentile by a large margin. This begs the question, are they just too far ahead of the game? Or are they just...
Ano bang ibig sabihin ng SB? Kala ko sama ng mga bakla eh.
So lahat kayo straight. Sound like a cake.
K-pop ang dating eh.
K-pop pangit.
Palagay ka ng tattoo sa mukha. Yung kahit henna lang, tapos nakabahag ka.
Inabot nyo rin ang launching ng SB19. Sana lang sa dulo.
Maganda kasi yung revenge kasi talaga yung success na ipapakita mo sa mga hindi naniniwala sa inyo.
Tama yan.
right. There we go. The fourth episode of the SB19 story. From Casual Chuck. Of course, remember, go support him if you can. I like that this episode was just talking them up. You know, this was just an episode showing you how each one is insanely talented and how that's come together, you know, for them. Man, and then what an emotional moment, though, in the middle of this. That's insane, dude. But yeah, just a lot more reasoning for why, you know, why they're so successful. Just, I love that. Casual Chuck, man. I'm gonna say, if you are watching this video and if it hasn't been suggested, you need to put all this together and make one really long version. If you haven't already, it might exist on your channel somewhere and I just haven't seen it for some reason. But you need to put all these parts together and make one nice big documentary. I mean, because this is like, I would say, documentary level. You know, yeah, I think it'd be pretty easy just to slap them together almost. Just, except maybe, edit the intros of each one a little bit just because obviously I don't want to, I don't think you would necessarily need, an intro and outro for every part, obviously, because it would need to keep going. So, you know, you can mess around with the flow of that. But either way, really, really good stuff from him. And obviously, just, it's amazing to see how far SB19's come and the monsters that they are. You know, they're just talented. They're beasts for sure. I love it. I love the term monster because usually we use the term beast, but I actually really like that. Because I came into this and was like, oh man, especially with the intro, I thought he was going to sit there and talk about like how potentially they were going to be accused of cheating and all this stuff, you know, and I was ready to sit there and go to bat for him, you know, and defend them. Them, of course, not anyone else really. I was going to obviously, like I said, maybe be transparent where I could and be like, well, maybe this was happening. Play devil's advocate a little bit, I guess, but yeah, no, very, very, took us very much into that kind of, that, just area of being like, yeah, they've got hated on and everything, but check this out, like, check out how talented and insane they are, you know, so screw the haters kind of thing. Very, very cool episode, though. I love it. If you guys liked it, though, please go over and check out Casual Chuck and hit the sub button, like his video, comment and stuff on it. But also, like the video here, and like, if you like the reaction, please do like it. Comment down below if you have any opinions on anything from this video or any suggestions for things you want me to react to as well. And be sure you guys share around and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Over 90% of you guys, you heard me right, over 90% of you guys watching these videos are not even subscribed. So please do hit that subscribe button for me, and that would be awesome. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next episode.